morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Lou Ann and welcome to Blackberryrock Homestead as we walk to the garden. Sorry about the jiggliness. I forgot to grab my tripod or my selfie stick or whatever you want to call it. This next recipe, I need to go to the garden for Make It May 25, and I think I will continue to do Make It May. At least as long as I'm on this earth and as long as this YouTube is going. So let me turn the camera around. We're about to the garden. I'm going to pick a couple of things and then we're going to go inside and make our recipe for Recipe Friday. I think I need a reddish in this recipe. So I see one. This is one of the purple ones. And yes, I know they're planted thick, and the rock is to keep this up here so the chickens won't scratch. So that will look good on in our recipe. So let's harvest some. This recipe is going to be using kale. So let's harvest some kale, y'all. Let's harvest some kale. Harvest all the kale I can for this recipe. That's all I see. I'll kind of weed a little bit too while I'm here. Okay, so that we got our kale. I'm going to get some kale from over here, and then we will be ready to go in and make the recipe. So the first thing we need to do is to put some oil in our pan, and this is bacon fat. I'm using it. It's a good fat, even though, well, it's not really a good fat, but it's good and will give this tons of flavor. So the next thing we need to do is to add our sliced green onions and our sliced radishes, and I did add the broccoli in there that I harvested. So we're going to do that real quick. Get a little bit of colorization on the radishes and the onions, and I did save the greens and I don't even see the whites, and I know there's whites in there from the green right here. Right there is the green onion. So let's get this a little bit, cook this a little bit. So I am cooking this in an iron skillet, a Lodge iron skillet. And if you don't have this next ingredient, that's fine. You can use spinach or Swiss chard or any of the greens. Mustard greens may work with this. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add our rinsed, kind of cut into pieces kale to this. Well, you just want to get this wilted down. This kale, spread it with this. Get it wilted down before we add our eggs that have been cooked. Well, not cooked, but kind of mixed with salt and pepper and kind of scrambled. These eggs will be scrambled after I get done. And since I'm only cooking this for me, I'm only using 4 eggs. And if you wanted to, you can add some garlic. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to go ahead and do this since I'm using green onions. And I want everything, this breakfast meal to come from my farm. So it will be like a farm to table type recipe. So now that our kale is wilted, let me move this here. I like to move the kale, like have it out in the middle, and then we're going to put our 4 beaten eggs with our kale, and I kind of do it like this, kind of get it all the kale involved with all the eggs. And we just cook it until the eggs are done. And then that will be our kale and eggs. Our farm to table recipe. I've gone as many as 12, a dozen of eggs in here. Of course, I had more kale. But my kale's not doing that great this year. I don't know why. So we just cook this until the scrambled eggs are done. And then breakfast is served. Simple as that.